There is absolutely nothing worse than dropping a grand on a brand new set of irons, taking them out to the course, and realizing by the third hole that you bought the wrong clubs. It is the absolute worst frustration for any golfer.
It's a total gut punch. Welcome back to Golf Gear Showdown, everyone. I'm Mike, the data guy, and with me is Jake, our resident Everyday 15 handicapper. We put golf gear head-to-head in these explainers so you don't waste your hard-earned money.
Today, we've got a massive direct head-to-head matchup. It's the Mizuno JPX 923 irons taking on the Ping G430 irons. We are talking feel versus forgiveness and distance versus consistency. We aren't going to spoil the winner just yet, but trust me, this one gets heavily debated for a very good reason. We see this exact scenario in the pro shop every single week. A mid-handicapper walks in. They want some help, but they absolutely don't want to look down at an oversized, chunky beginner club. So they naturally gravitate toward these two options.
Exactly, but here is where you really have to look past the marketing hype. The Mizuno JPX 923 isn't just one single iron, it's an entire family. You got the Hot Metal Pro, and the Forged for those stronger ball strikers. You literally have to figure out which sibling you are actually taking to the dance.
Right, whereas Ping takes a totally different approach. Based on design intent, the G430 is a highly focused forgiveness package. They built one incredibly stable game improvement iron meant to launch the ball and keep it in play. They aren't trying to confuse you with a dozen submodels. They're focused entirely on pure utility. To settle this, we're going through 6 prize fight rounds: distance, forgiveness, accuracy, feel, price, and golfer fit.
Stick around for round 3 though, because we're revealing a massive consistency flaw most golfers completely miss when they hit these on a simulator.
Let's get right into round 1, distance and performance. Based on design intent, both companies know that distance sells, but they take entirely different paths to get you there. The Mizuno JPX 923 Hot Metal is built around this nickel chromoly material. This stuff is specifically engineered for high ball speeds and a really strong launch. It wants the golf ball to absolutely fly off the face with an energetic pop.
I'm going to challenge you on that right now, Mike. Speed in an indoor simulator bay is fantastic. But does that raw speed actually hold up for a guy like me out on real grass? Hitting the ball 10 yards further into the woods really doesn't help my scorecard. I need to know what happens when I don't catch it perfectly flush.
That's the classic debate right there, Jake. Mizuno gives you a noticeably hotter iron feel. When you strike it pure, it is going to travel, and the ball speeds are genuinely impressive.
Right, and Ping's strategy with the G430 is completely different. They just want to be long enough. They aren't trying to win a long drive contest on the 7th hole. They are trying to ensure your off-center strikes still reach the front edge of the green instead of splashing in the hazard. They prioritize playability over pure horsepower.
Even so, I have to give this round to the raw numbers. If we are talking pure distance potential, the round 1 winner is the Mizuno JPX 923. For the golfer who makes decent contact and wants that extra yardage, Mizuno just has the edge here for sure. Fair enough, you get the speed round. But let's shift gears to round 2, which is forgiveness. Because let me tell you, as a 15 handicapper, by the time I get to the 14th hole and I'm tired, I am going to occasionally hit it heavy or chunk it. Look at the back of the Ping G430. That cavity design is built entirely around stability. When I miss low on the face or out toward the toe, it has my back. It wants to salvage that ugly swing.
I agree with you completely. The Mizuno Hot Metal is playable, but it definitely requires slightly better contact. It rewards a pure strike, but it absolutely lets you know when you miss. It doesn't quite have that same built-in safety net that Ping engineered into the sole and perimeter weighting of the G430.
Exactly, which is why the Ping G430 is the undisputed winner of round 2. It brings everyday playability to the table and actively makes the game of golf less punishing when you don't bring your A game. Okay, so we're tied up at 1 round apiece. But let me ask you this. Distance is fun for the ego, but what actually lowers your scores out on the course?
It's not hitting one pitching wedge 150 yards, I'll tell you that. It's what we are about to cover right now in our accuracy round. This is the real secret to keeping your scores down.
Which brings us to round 3, accuracy and control. Here, we really have to contrast the occasional long flyer from a hot iron like the Mizuno against a tighter overall dispersion window.
Yeah, if your 7-iron usually goes 155 but occasionally catches a hot spot on the face and flies 170 over the back of the green into a bunker, that hot face just cost you 2 strokes.
Exactly. Common feedback suggests the G4030 doesn't have those unpredictable hot spots. It keeps the average player in a tighter, reliable distance window so you can actually trust your yardages.
100%. I'm naming the Ping G430 the winner of round 3. Consistency wins Saturday morning matches.
Let's move straight into round 4, feel and confidence. There is a massive psychological side to standing over the golf ball. You have the practical, slightly chunky look of the Ping versus a sleeker player's profile. You want to look down and feel like you can actually hit the shot.
Just look at the JPX 923 Hot Metal Pro. Mizuno has a legendary reputation for feel. If you want a bit more help, you play the standard Hot Metal. If you want less offset and a thinner top line, you grab the Pro. It makes you feel like a real player before you even pull the trigger. It frames the ball beautifully behind the turf.
I have to concede the aesthetic battle here. Ping makes a great club, but it's not winning any beauty pageants anytime soon. The Mizuno JPX 923 is the official winner of round 4. The superior sound, that softer feel off the face, and having those model choices just completely dominates this category.
Moving into round 5, price and value.
I need to warn you right now, the cheapest sticker price on the rack isn't always the smartest buy. Here is a smart shopper move that most people miss entirely. Ping holds incredible long-term resale value. Play them for 5 years, take care of them, and you will get a great trade-in value. But because Mizuno gives you the Hot Metal, the Pro, and the Forged, they offer amazing flexibility on the used market. You have way more options to hunt down a discounted set that fits your eye and your specific swing type. Because of that sheer value flexibility, the ability to find the exact right model at a discount on the secondary market, I am awarding round 5 to the Mizuno JPX 923. So it's a super tight race, but none of these rounds matter if the club doesn't fit your specific swing. Which iron actually fits your exact handicap? We're going to do a rapid-fire breakdown right now to make sure you get this right. Round 6, golfer fit. Let's rapid-fire this. Beginners, high handicappers, or forgiveness seekers. Ping G430. Seniors looking for easy launch. Ping G430. Most golfers report that extra help from Ping makes a massive difference late in the round.
Fast swings, distance seekers, or improving mid-handicappers. Mizuno JPX 923. Slicers who need a ton of help squaring the face, you definitely lean Ping for that stability. Budget buyers, hunt the used racks from Mizuno to find a really great deal.
Let me lean in and give you some insider advice here. The absolute biggest buying mistake you can make is just purchasing based on brand reputation. I almost did that myself a few years ago. If you blindly buy Mizuno just for feel, but you can't strike the center of the face, you will wreck your scorecard. And if you blindly buy Ping for forgiveness when you already hit it pure, you are leaving distance and workability on the table. You have to test them both.
Time for the fast, brutally honest pros and cons.
Jake, for the Mizuno JPX 923, the pros are elite feel, fastball speeds, and great looks. The con? It is far more demanding on mishits. If you thin it, it's going to hurt your hands and come up well short. For the Ping G430, the pros are unbelievable stability, easy launch, and tight dispersion. The con? The chunky aesthetic. It has a thick top line and offset that some guys just cannot get past.
All right, let's run through the final verdict so you know exactly what to buy.
Best for distance, Mizuno. Best for forgiveness, Ping. Best for beginners, high handicappers, and seniors, Ping.
Best for improving mid-handicappers, Mizuno. Best overall value, Ping, for its insane resale retention. Best if you have no budget limit and want custom options, Mizuno. Best on the used market, Mizuno again.
But if we have to officially crown an overall winner for the average weekend golfer who just wants to shoot lower scores without practicing 5 days a week, the Ping G430 takes the crown. It just makes this incredibly hard game a little bit easier.
But that's just our verdict. We really want to hear from you. Drop your exact handicap in the comments and tell us, are you willing to sacrifice a little beauty for lower scores? Or does looking down at a sleek iron actually make you play better?
If you loved this explainer, hit that subscribe button, because next up, we have a massive showdown. Titleist taking on TaylorMade. You will not want to miss it. See you next time on Golf Gear Showdown.